Hello YouTube, it's ASM Martian here with another ASMR video. Today I thought we would read through some more recipes. These recipes come from desktopcookbook.com. I'll link that in the description below if you want to check any of these out. So this first recipe is warm orzo salad with beets and greens. They put it in the category salads, soups, and side dishes, which sounds like a pretty good category to me. 6 servings for this particular recipe, and the ingredients include 1/4 cup of pine nuts, 12 ounces of medium beets with greens attached. I'm not sure what a bead is. Maybe it means peas, I'm not sure. Half a medium red onion thinly sliced, 2 garlic cloves minced, 8 ounces of orzo, 3 ounces of feta cheese crumbled. I'm not really a big fan of feta, but a lot of people really like it. But I assume you could replace that with a different kind of cheese, maybe shredded cheddar or something if you wanted to. Freshly ground pepper and kosher salt, and it looks like that's to taste. So the instructions they give say to toast the pine nuts in a dry skillet over medium heat until they begin to brown. Remove from the heat and transfer to a bowl to cool. Remove the beet greens and reserve. Peel the beets and chop them into bite-sized pieces. Remove the stems from the beet greens and slice the leaves into strips. Wash the greens thoroughly and remove any grit. Heat the olive oil in a large skillet over medium heat. Add the red onion and garlic and cook until onion is tender and golden brown, about 10 minutes. Reduce the heat to medium-low and add the beet greens. Cover and cook, tossing occasionally until the greens are wilted, about 5 minutes. Cook the beets in a pot of boiling salted water until tender, about 10 to 12 minutes. Remove the beets from the pot using a slotted spoon and set aside, saving the water. Return the water to a boil, and add the pasta. Cook until al dente. Then drain. Transfer the orzo to a bowl. Add the beets, pine nuts, beet greens, and crumbled feta and toss. Season with salt and pepper to taste. So there you go. We kicked it off with a nice salad. Let's see what's next. Roasted vegetable guacamole. This one is in the appetizers category, and the ingredients are 1 ear of corn on the cob, 1 small orange and red pepper. I guess that's 1 row for 2 different ingredients. I like the efficiency. 2 serrano chilies, 3 fully ripe avocados, 1/3 cup of zesty lime vinaigrette dressing. I don't know where you get zesty lime vinaigrette dressing, but if anyone knows, tell me, because I will probably buy that and put it on a salad. 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh cilantro, divided. 2 tablespoons of sour cream. I guess when they say divided cilantro, they mean pull the leaves off of the stems, but I'm not sure. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment below. Instructions for this one start with roasting the corn and the bell peppers. peppers. It says heat the broiler. Place whole bell peppers on foil-covered baking sheet. Broil 4 inches from the heat, 7 to 10 minutes, or until evenly blackened, turning occasionally. It doesn't say if we should broil it on high or on low, so I would probably boil it on low just to be safe. I bet these peppers would burn pretty easily. Then we gotta place it in a paper bag and close the bag. Let it stand for 20 minutes or until cooled. Roasting the corn. First we have to soak the corn in water for 5 minutes, then drain it. Then cook the corn directly on a gas burner on medium-high heat, 4 minutes or until charred on all sides, turning occasionally with tongs. If using an electric stove, boil the corn for 8 minutes or until it's roasted on all sides, turning as needed. Cut the kernels from the corn cob, peel away the blackened skins from the peppers and discard them. Cut the peppers and the chilies lengthwise in half. Remove and discard the seeds. Finally chop the peppers and chilies. Mash avocados with dressing in medium bowl. Add corn, peppers, chilies, and 1 tablespoon of cilantro. Mix it well. Top it with sour cream and remaining cilantro. That one sounds pretty good. I think it's probably my favorite so far. Let's see what's next. Tabbouleh. So we're back in the category of salads, soups, and side dishes. And it says that this one serves 8 people. So, a bit of a longer ingredients list here. Starts with 1 cup of bulgur wheat, 1 1/2 cups of boiling water, 1/4 cup of freshly squeezed lemon, 1/4 cup of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1 bunch of minced scallions, 1 cup of chopped mint, 1 cup of chopped parsley, 1 seedless cucumber chopped, 2 cups of cherry tomatoes halved. Boy, that sounds like a lot of cherry tomato halving. I might just throw them in whole. Feta cheese and olives. Before we get to the instructions, I just have to point out that I think it's funny that one of the ingredients is boiling water. It feels like water is an ingredient, and boiling is actually a step that belongs in the instructions. But as we get into the instructions, it looks like perhaps it was easier to write it up this way, wherein the boiling step is a foregone conclusion. So the instructions say to put the bulgur wheat in a medium bowl, then to pour boiling water, lemon juice, olive oil, and salt, I presume into that bowl, cover, and let it sit about an hour. If there's a little bit of juice left, that's fine. Add black pepper and correct for seasonings. Mix in the veggies and the herbs. You can top with the olives and feta as you see fit. I always like recipes that leave me a little wiggle room to make it taste the way I want. It looks like they give us some serving suggestions also. It says that we can serve it as a side dish, a light lunch, or use as topping for a tossed salad. All good ideas. Ooh, this one might be my new favorite. The 5-minute chocolate cake in a mug. This is in the category of desserts and breads, which makes sense because it's kind of both of those. So the ingredients for this one, we'll need 4 tablespoons of cake flour, and they specify plain flour, not self-rising flour. 4 tablespoons of sugar, 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa, 1 egg, 3 tablespoons of milk, 3 tablespoons of oil, 3 tablespoons of chocolate chips, which are optional, but I feel like they should be required, a small splash of vanilla extract. The instructions for this one say to add the dry ingredients to a coffee mug and mix well. Add the egg and mix thoroughly. Pour in the milk and oil and mix well. Add the chocolate chips, which we're obviously using, and vanilla extract, and mix again. Put your mug in the microwave and cook for 3 minutes at 1000 watts. Maybe I don't use a microwave enough, but I did not know that I could specify the wattage. The cake will rise over the top of the mug, but don't be alarmed. There's an exclamation mark there, but this is an ASMR video, so I did you the courtesy of ignoring it. Allow this to cool a little bit, and tip it out onto a plate if desired. This can serve 2, but I highly recommend you make 1 for each person, so you can have a whole one to yourself. Okay, let's do one more. Easy pancakes. This one specifies breakfast or brunch, but I personally believe that pancakes should be eaten all throughout the day, at various intervals throughout the day. The servings on this one say 5 to 6. I guess that depends on if 5 people are on average pretty hungry or 6 people are on average only relatively hungry. The prep time is 5 minutes, which seemed like a good time to me. If the prep time was more than 5 minutes, I would probably not cook this. Ingredients: 1 cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 egg, 1 cup of milk, 2 tablespoons of oil. Pretty simple. The instructions say to mix all of the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients separately. Then slowly mix the dry ingredients into the wet until well blended. If too thick, add more milk. Use the oil, butter, or Pam, which I assume is the spray oil, on a hot griddle or fry pan. If you don't own a hot griddle, you can get the electric ones, and there's nothing in this world that works quite as well as an electric griddle for making pancakes. Add 1/4 to 1/2 cup of batter, and wait until the top gently bubbles. Flip with a large spatula and remove when brown and cooked through. So there you have it. 5 delicious recipes. If anybody's still awake enough to actually try cooking one of these, let me know how it turns out. Leave a comment, like, and subscribe for more ASMR videos. Thank you.